Hey, what's up, everyone? My apologies, not the best camera, and my computer's kind of having some funky issues, but what's more important is the message, not the video quality, not how frumpy I look, and yeah, and don't worry about that exit sign, we'll explain it later. But yeah, guys, this is my first YouTube video, and I understand that basically there's a lot of talk outside all over the place here and there amongst people that like how people like thinking about how people work. There's a lot of talk about these concepts of like sigma, beta, like, and I'm talking about sigma woman, sigma men, alpha woman, beta men, like both genders. I'm talking about sigmas, alphas, gammas, omegas, uh, betas, and it's like people don't seem to understand that it's like if you restrict yourself and say, I'm a sigma, or I'm an alpha, or I'm a gamma, or whatever, if you restrict yourself, then when life throws you a situation where you have to adapt and maybe play a beta role, or maybe play an omega role, or you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be adaptable. So what you have to understand is what you are from first to last. And like what I would say is like gammas and sigmas are like the complete opposite of beta and alpha. Like gammas and sigmas are in their own territory. Like basically, if you guys don't already know, you guys probably can understand what alpha and beta is. But like basically, like sigma and gamma is like this new type of hybrid type of like both alpha and beta, or like and like kind of like alpha and omega, I guess. Uh, it's like I'm honestly not too sure what gamma is, but from what I gather, they think they're basically like a hybrid between an alpha and a beta or whatever, and a sigma is a hybrid between all three. But it's good to be hybrid, but the stage after being a hybrid of something is basically you have to learn how to fully accept what role you are given in the current moment. And you have to be empty and flow like water, just like our man Bruce Lee says, right? Um, Water takes the shape of the container, and it's like basically Bruce Lee was telling people to be adjustable and adaptable, and ultimately that is the most important thing to be able to do. That's why it's good to challenge yourself while you're in luxury, so you can be ready just in case shit hits the fan. Um, but basically, it's like I suggest people think about every type of alpha, beta, gamma, sigma, omega, or whatever, and rank them from first to last in what they feel personally vibrationally like synchronized with. So like rank all of them and realize that you're all of these things to a greater or lesser degree. And it will actually show you your weaknesses. Like what I've noticed is like sigmas and gammas don't really get along. Like the type of like there's like a level of like distaste for like the personality quirks that come with an omega or beta or alpha. Like sigmas and gammas basically they have it seems like they kind of have like it's not that they have an elitism. It's really easy to feel threatened by a sigma or a gamma because they basically it's like they're just more balanced people, and people get jealous of balanced people because balance is awesome. Let's be honest. Like balance is the best thing you can have almost. Like it should be like love, faith, truth, and balance. Like that's all you really need. Like don't have faith in a fucking god. Have faith in love, truth, balance, and wisdom. Love, truth, faith, balance, wisdom, whatever. But like anyway, we can have other videos on what those concepts are, like love, faith, balance, truth, wisdom. Well, truth is basically wisdom, so but anyway, Yeah, it's just people have these ideas, and it's like what this new paradigm shift I'm trying to get people to understand is that none of us wear one hat. None of us are actually singular dimensional. And the more you try to be singular dimensional, the more life will, like, kind of like almost force you to expand and start becoming multidimensional, because that's what everything really is. We're all learning together that everything's multidimensional and nothing is really super singular dimensional. Like, for instance, in terms of multidimensionality, right? Like, we're going a little bit off topic, but I feel like this is important. When I was a kid, I literally thought that Jesus made blind men see, because that's what the Bible said. And then I grew up, and I went through a fuck ton of crazy shit, and I realized, wait, Jesus Jesus helped people that were blind and didn't know how to navigate life see and no longer stumble throughout life. Like, it makes sense. Like, it's like, sure, I'm sure Jesus could heal someone that was blind, but there are plenty of blind people that don't know how to see or understand or be aware, and they're just stumbling through life, like, all the time, like tripping and falling. They're like, why am I tripping and falling so much? And it's like, if you are able to help spread Omni standing and just good stuff, like, you can definitely, you can help people, like, just see. You can help them see through life. Like, I've been. But anyway, that this is starting to sound like a vlog now. I want to stay focused. Yeah. So the idea I suggest to you guys is, go ahead and research all of the, like, energy types or whatever, like alpha, beta, gamma, omega, sigma, and rate them all, like, like, rank them all, and then realize you're all of those things to a different, like, higher or lesser degree, and then realize that you're Omni, and that whatever, like, energy type you are the least of, you are also the most weak in. Basically, like, people are starting to, like, feel like and think that, like, sigmas are just straight up superior. They're actually not. Sigmas can, if sigmas aren't fully whole and have a genuine sense of self-love and acceptance, sigmas, like, the shadow the not even shadow, but just the evil version of a sigma, is kind of someone that projects their insecurities out onto other people. Like, sigmas, like, their weakness is basically that they mirror a lot. Like, and sometimes it's hard for them to stop mirroring. Like, if you've ever heard of when people mirror you, it's when, like, someone someone teases you, so you tease them back. That's basic mirroring, right? Like, sigmas basically do that with a slight energetic shift towards good, or, like, positive, or negative. So they'll mirror you, but then, like, add a hybrid vibration of being uplift or downlift in terms of, like, their just, like, energy towards you. So it's like, the one weakness of sigmas is they'll get lost in mirrors, and another, because sigmas already understand that everything is a reflection of themselves. Like, that's one of the fundamental things sigmas understand. That's why they don't jump to blame others. They are very fair people, and they realize that it's usually an issue with themselves if they're reacting. Almost all the time, if you're reacting negatively, it's an issue with yourself almost all the time. Like, it is possible to get to a point of loving detachment where you just, like, don't really react as hard. Like, for instance, like, in terms of, oh, no, fuck it, no, I'm not gonna get distracted again. This is already a 9-minute video, Jesus Christ. But anyway, TLDR, if you skip to the end of this video, research, rank the all of the energy types, and then energy, like, beta, gamma, sigma, whatever, and then realize you're Omni. The whole thing I'm trying to say here is that you're Omni. Everybody's Omni. We're all multi-dimensional. None of us are singularly dimensional, and the more you try to make everything singularly dimensional, the more fucked you're gonna get. Emotions are multi-dimensional, logic is singularly dimensional. You have to learn how to blend the two. You can't just be singular dimensional and be logic all the time, or multi-dimensional, or else no one's going to know where you are. You're floating too high in the sky with your emotions. You got to be grounded and you got to be balanced. If there's anything I can tell you that's like the most important, remember to balance and seek to be omni. Don't seek to be beta. Don't seek to be gamma, sigma, whatever the fuck. Don't identify with it. Seek to be omni, because that's what you are. You are all those energy signatures, just to different degrees depending on your mood or whatever, or your like personality traits. But you're omni, and the benefit of being omni is you can enjoy when you're doing something that you're not good at, because you realize you're always learning more skills and you're learning how to play more roles and all types of roles more efficiently. It's just good to know how to be flexible, adjustable, and adaptable. It's just really helpful. I'm not saying be a chameleon. Still have your own like moral compass. Still always have like faith, truth, love, and balance. You feel me? But if you have faith, truth, and love, you will be balanced. But I just want to put in balance in there anyway. But yeah, omni, be omni. Don't box yourself in. For all you know, you might like being able to like be like a beta sometimes and just like have someone take lead. You might like being an omega and like being like a person in the shadows sometimes. You never really know what you might like in the future. Like, I mean, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Some people really know themselves really well, but it's like the whole purpose of life and existence is to expand. How expansion, it's just expansion. That's what I honestly think. Like, the whole purpose of existence is to refine your ability of how highly you can demonstrate love. That's all. Like, how much can you truly demonstrate love even with other contrast around you? And contrast is just like light and dark, whatever, like not necessarily good and evil, but just different things happening around you that may seem different from what you want to portray. So anyway, this was like a kind of ramble, and I kind of branched out into some other subjects here and there, but I feel like I covered what I wanted to say. Just understand you're multidimensional. Understand, um, you know what? Just to stay even, I'll talk about the benefits of singular dimensional thinking. It is somewhat efficient. It is pretty efficient, and it's direct, and it's very clear and not confusing. Multidimensionality can lead to more confusion, but confusion leads to enlightenment. So, I mean, you can try to hide in your logic all day, kids, but emotions will wreck your face no matter what, because your logic is based off of emotions. So get good. You know what I mean? Like, you have to hybrid. You cannot be pure logic, or else you're a sociopath. And like, very few people are actually like schizoid or sociopathic. Like, don't try to be like them just because like a few fucked up mentally ill sociopaths rule the world and they're trying to make you like live in their world. Like, don't don't do that. And besides, it's like, if you research it and you go down the bunny hole, you'll realize like all the true evil is dying. Like the Vatican and stuff. Like the 66 members, all 66 members of the Black Hand got arrested, and it's just funny. Oh, and by the way, just to give you your daily mindfuck, Metzitza Bipa. If you look up Metzitza Bipa, METZITZAH B''Peh, that is actually a straight up practice that Jewish people do, where they have the rabbi suck the blood off the newborn's penis after it gets circumcised. I'll let that sink in for a moment. Metzitza Bippeh is an activity where the rabbi sucks the blood off a newborn's penis after it gets circumcised with his mouth. Think about that. You decide if they're vampires. The super crazy evil Saturnian Jews. Like they call it the Jewish star, but it's actually the Saturnian star, and it's just funny because like hella demonic stuff use the Saturnian star. But like Jews try to be like, oh no, it's a Jewish star, it's a good thing. But it's like, you know, they're not all Jews are bad, blah blah blah. But they're like hella corrupt, like sociopathic, demented, evil Jews out there. Just like Westboro Baptist Church. Same with Christians. There's like radical Buddhists, radical Islam, whatever, blah blah blah. But I mean, I'm not gonna like try to lie. But anyway, that's a ramble. That's a huge ramble. I don't even know how we got there. I hope you enjoyed this video about being Omni and stuff. Remember, you're multidimensional. And yeah, you're multidimensional. Don't float too high. Don't float away and get lost in all the dimensions. Don't like too easily. Remember, you gotta come back and ground. And a really easy way to ground is just by walking around on the grass barefoot. Scientifically proven to ground the electricity in your body. And it's really important to manage the energy in your body. Why? Because one cell is like 0.4 volts, and there are like 77 trillion cells in your body. So that's high voltage. It's really important to manage your energy and like properly circulate it and ground sometimes and shit. So just remember to do that. But I hope you guys found this video helpful and educational. Hopefully it expanded your mind a little bit and broke you out of singular. Don't get a sense of identity, because identity can always be locked into a box. Get a sense of self. Get a sense of self. Thanks, Joshua Howe. Thanks, bro. That's all you, bro. Got that from you, bro, and Ayn Rand or whatever. But yeah, get a sense of self. Know yourself. Do it. There's nothing else to do. And you're slacking and procrastinating if you don't know yourself. Straight up. You have to learn how to know yourself. You just have to learn. Get a good like sense and knowing of yourself. You know what I mean? But anyway, 16-minute video. My bad for rambling so long, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I just figured I'd just do it one long shot. I don't know how to do all that crazy movie editing shit, and I know I have good content coming out of my mouth all the time. And I'm not seeking to entertain you. I'm seeking to educate you and maybe expand your mind. So yeah, yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll make another one sometime soon, and catch you later.